Hey there, friends! Welcome back to Wealth for You. Wealth for You is all about making smart money moves that actually work for you. Now, let me ask you this. What would life look like if you had $100,000 in your bank account? Pretty amazing, right? Well, that's what we're talking about today. How to save your first $100,000. I know, 100,000 might sound like a massive, impossible number, but let me tell you, it's absolutely within your reach. And once you hit that first 100,000, your financial life will change forever. So stay with me until the end of this video, because I'm breaking it down into 5 simple steps that will get you there, faster than you think. Plus, I'll be sharing real-life examples from the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and Singapore, so you know this isn't just theory. It's been done before, and you can do it too. And hey, before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so the YouTube algorithm helps spread the word about this crucial topic. The more people know how to save that first $100,000, the better prepared we'll all be for a financially free future. Before we dive into the 5 steps, we need to know, why is $100,000 such a big deal? It's because this is the tipping point where your money really starts working for you. Think of it as the launchpad to financial freedom, your gateway to bigger opportunities. As Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's right-hand man, famously said, "The first 100,000 is the hardest." And it's true. Once you reach that milestone, momentum kicks in and the financial snowball starts rolling faster than you'd imagine. Hitting 100,000 isn't just a number, it's your breakthrough moment toward wealth. Step 1. Set clear goals. Just like planning a road trip, you wouldn't just get in the car and drive with no idea where you're going, right? Saving $100,000 is exactly the same. Set your destination and plan the route to get there. For example, let's say you're in the US, making around $50,000 a year, and you decide to save $1,500 per month. That's roughly 5 years to hit 100,000. Or if you're in Singapore, living a bit more frugally and saving $2,000 a month, you could be there in less than 4 years. The key is to set those realistic, smaller targets and keep tracking them. Apps like Mint or Pocket Guard can be your best friends. Take Emma, a marketing executive in London. She set herself a goal of saving £800 a month. After 5 years, she saved her first £50,000 and was halfway to her big 100,000 goal. Her secret? She tracked every little expense and prioritized her savings. What would your savings look like if you set a clear goal and stuck to it? Imagine how quickly you could be on your way to hitting that first $100,000 milestone. Step 2. Save that cash. Saving isn't about deprivation. It's about being smart with your money. Enter the 50-30-20 rule. Spend 50% on your needs, 30% on wants, and save 20%. But if you're feeling bold, go higher. Saving up to 40% or even 50% is totally doable. In Australia, for example, where housing can be expensive, many people are opting for smaller, more affordable living spaces to save more. Or in Singapore, SIM-only phone plans and public transport instead of cars can save big bucks. It's all about finding those hacks to keep more of your money in your pocket. Take Sarah from Sydney as an example. She switched to a basic gym membership and a SIM-only plan, and these moves saved her an extra $150 each month. Even small changes like these added up quickly, allowing her to save $3,600 in just 2 years. Boom! She's now one step closer to her $100,000 goal. Now, what small changes could you make in your life to free up extra cash and fast-track your way to that $100,000 milestone? It might be easier than you think. Step 3. Use credit cards wisely. Credit cards, friend or foe? Well, if used correctly, they're definitely your friend. Imagine this. You're spending $500 a month on essentials. If you're in the UK and use a cashback card like the American Express Platinum Cashback, you could get back about £50 every year just for spending. In Singapore, the UOB One card gives you $200 a year in cash back. Multiply that by a few years, and boom, more cash toward your $100,000 goal. But don't go overboard. No splurging just to get cash back. If you can't control your spending, it's better to skip the card. Here's a real-life example. In Canada, we've got Jake, a savvy saver from Toronto, who used his cashback credit card only for groceries and utilities. He ended up earning $400 back in a year, an easy win. So how about you? Are you maximizing rewards like cashback or points in your everyday spending? What small tweaks could you make to get some extra cash flowing back into your pocket? Step 4. Invest your money. Let's talk about the magic of investing. Saving money is great, but if you let inflation eat away at it, you're losing money. In the US, inflation is typically around 2 to 3% per year, so your cash loses value over time if it's just sitting in a regular savings account. That's why investing is your best friend. Even if you're scared of the stock market, it doesn't have to be risky. The S&P 500, which tracks 500 of the biggest U.S. companies, has returned about 10% a year over the long run. And if you're in Australia or Canada, you could look into ETFs or robo-advisors that automate investing for you. Singapore has options like the STI ETF for easy, diversified investing. Take Joshua from Vancouver. He started investing $300 a month into a low-cost S&P 500 ETF through a robo-advisor. After 5 years of steady returns, he's well on track to reach $100,000 by the time he's 32. If you started investing a little each month, what could your portfolio look like in 5 years? Imagine the progress you could make toward financial freedom. Step 5. Stay consistent and patient. This might be the hardest step of all. It's easy to get discouraged when you're not seeing immediate results. But remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is your $100,000. In the U.S., Charlotte kept putting $500 a month into her savings and investment accounts. Over 6 years, with steady gains and some discipline, she hit her first $100,000. The biggest thing that helped her? Automating her savings and investing so she didn't have to think about it every month. In Singapore, Alex set up an automatic transfer of $1,000 to a separate account as soon as his salary hit. This simple habit kept him consistent, and within 4 years, he was celebrating his $100,000 milestone with a fancy staycation, paid for by his investments. So what about you? Imagine if you automated even a small amount each month. Where could you be in a few years? What's one step you could take today to make saving easier and reach that next big goal? And there you have it. 5 simple steps to hit that first $100,000. Set clear goals, save smart, use credit wisely, invest like a pro, and stay consistent. Hitting $100,000 isn't just a dream. It's an achievable milestone and a powerful stepping stone toward financial freedom. No matter where you are, in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, or Singapore, this is within reach. Start today, and remember, the sooner you begin, the easier it gets over time. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to Wealth for You, and share this with someone who needs a little push. You've got this. Keep building that wealth, and I'll see you next time. And hey, before you go, I'm curious. What's the first thing you'll do when you hit that $100,000 milestone? Treat yourself, invest more, or maybe something else? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your plans.